What's up guys, Sawyer with Utah Air Guns here, and we have the DRS synthetic with us, specifically a 600mm barrel and 22 cal.
That was the coolest thing ever.
We're just gonna go over some quick specs, give you guys some information on this. These are gonna be releasing soon or now, depending on when we drop this video. But just some quick specs. This is the 600mm barrel in 22 cal. So far, I am a huge fan. We're getting a pretty good shot count. With the 18 grain pellets, we're shooting them just shy of 1,000 feet per second, like 990s, very accurately. We topped it with an Element Nexus, which I think is a pretty great pairing. One of the things that has kind of stood out to me so far is how quiet it is, even with like just the stock moderator that some FXs come with that have no baffles or anything. It is extremely quiet, which you guys will see coming up. We have a spinner target and we're gonna show just what it's capable of, just at 50 yards, because my interpretation of this gun is just kind of a, a walk around, lightweight hunting gun. You take a few mags with you, go out on the farm, or just a quick squirrel stalk through the forest. But so far, I think it's perfect for that. Some of the other specs are, you probably notice, no visible tank. That's because it is around the barrel. Pretty innovative design. They kind of reworked the valving so it is extremely efficient. The plenum is this little box magazine, and it's going to vary in size between the synthetic and the Pro models. The Pro obviously will have a bigger box or a faux magazine, which is the plenum, just because you're going to be pushing a little bit more power through the Pro. You're going to be shooting slugs out of this. This is mainly meant for pellets. We haven't shot any slugs out of it because I don't think it's a slug liner. The trigger is awesome. The Pro does offer a Pro trigger, which is a little bit more refined, but I'm still a really big fan of the synthetics trigger. These magazines are a different magazine. I'm carrying them in this little Armageddon gear PCP mag carrier. You should pick one up when you buy one of these. They're awesome. But these are 14 round mags, just your standard FX rotary magazine. They are feeding really well, shooting really well. You fill from this other side. You have one of these removable fill probes, and it's been really super easy. Nothing different from feeling like my dynamic or an impact, except you can just remove the probe. It will come in a synthetic stock, which we have here, and you might have seen some photos from Iwa where they had it in a beautiful walnut stock. That will be a nice upgrade for you more traditional guys, but I'm a big fan of the synthetic already. As you can see, it balances pretty good. It's on a pretty wide game changer bag here, but that's a good sign for, when you're out hunting, if you take a tripod or a bag, or you're just shooting off a bag on a fence post, whatever. It does have a traditional kind of bolt gun safety, similar to what you'd have on like a Remington 700. On the left side, you'll have the main fill gauge. On the DRS Pro, you'll have a plenum gauge as well it is removable, so you can have it on there. Or if you like to keep kind of pulling the wool over people's eyes at the range and they come up to you, that can't be an air rifle. But then you can flip it over and show them that there's a gauge on the plenum or the box magazine. So now that we've gone over what the DRS synthetic is all about, some quick specs, we're gonna show you how it shoots. And we're just gonna see if we can do some obviously supported shots, and then we're gonna try my skill at some offhand shots, because in my mind, that's kind of what this was made for. There's no ARCA or any of that fancy stuff. It's just gonna really test you as the shooter and see if it is the Indian or the arrow, and it's definitely not gonna be the arrow with this one. All right, so we set up a spinner target about 50 yards up. There you go. We're still at 200 bar after a full mag, so that's really good. Obviously, you'll have more air capacity with the 600mm. Big fan of this gun already. All right, so I'm gonna try some freehand shots. Don't judge me. It's definitely gonna be the Indian with this one, not the arrow, because this gun's shooting really good. better end on that. This gun's awesome, really light. I don't know, maybe we'll do another guess the weight, loser buys lunch. But so I got 18, he's got 16. Oh man, looks like I have to buy lunch. I'd say like between 9 and 11 pounds. But let's see what Chase thinks.
Maybe it's just me, but I think 12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say 11, he says 12. Okay. All right, guys, hope you liked this little peek into the DRS synthetic. Let us know what else you want to know about it. You know, specs, options, stuff like that, what it shoots good with. We are going to continue to mess with it and shoot it a lot, put a lot of different projectiles through it and just see what it likes best. So far, the JSB Diablos, the heavy 18 grains, this is in 22 cal by the way, but they're shooting fantastic with them. We're getting a pretty good shot count, pretty good speeds out of the 600. Keep the DRS in mind, a lot of cool stuff coming from the synthetic and the Pro. So we'll see you next time, guys.